Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's Blazing Takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Yeah, indeed. SimWorld, what it do? I'm sorry, let me start again. Everything is one take, so there's no stops. There's no running back. SimWorld, what it do? Rick Blaze, I'm a little excited. So let's talk about it. Call interrupted me. We're going to talk about some teams. But before I get into these teams, I got to do my...
The following comments are views and expressions made by Rick and Rick alone and are not necessarily those of SimWorld. If you are too serious, sensitive, easily startled, weak stomach, mama's boy, or Cowboys fan, you may want to turn off. If you've been recently dumped, eat pizza with a fork, love good times, ranch dressing, and Jason Statham movies, you may want to turn off. If you use the word conversate in actual conversation, you may want to turn off at this time. Thank you.
All right, cool. We got that out of the way. I want to talk about two of the most important times for players and coaches in college basketball. We're coming up on one of those times now. This is the second most important time. The most important time, obviously, is Hoopsteria. But we're coming up on the second most important time, which is conference play. We can't talk about this enough because there's so much riding on it, not only for the players, but I think it gets overlooked a lot. So much riding on it for these coaches. These coaches have the expectation, these programs, the program director, they have an expectation to win. That's everybody's expectation, right? But you know what hurts more than a loss? Losing in conference games, losing rivalry games. Those hurts the most. Even if your team is not one of those teams that's going to be having a great season or winning season, you still don't want to lose to the rivalries and to the conference games. You want to make some noise. You want to win those games. I believe coaches are judged very strongly based on how they play in conference. Even if you have a good, let's say right now you come into the conference play, let's say you're like 9-5, which is a good record, 10-5. You come and drop 2, 3, 4 in the conference play, baby. You automatically into trouble. Like, that's not how you want to do that if you're a coach. So I think it's extremely important. This is, again, in my opinion, the second most important time of the year for the players and the coaches, and that is the conference play. And we have some good games coming up. We got some doozies coming up on conference play. So with that in mind, speaking of hot seats, of course, I got to mention the Kevin Sampson thing. I think this is his last year. I think it has to be. I think with all things considered, unless the team goes on an unheralded win streak and just all of a sudden starts blowing the doors off of people, but none of their body language would suggest that they're going to have that type of turnaround. I'm not saying they're going to lose the rest of their games, but I am going to say they're going to be average to mediocre probably for the rest of the season. So he's probably out. But let's talk about the games that's coming up on today, Wednesday. We have a slew of games. Jackson, I'm going to give you my predictions, and I'm right about 70% of the time. So I expect to get 7 out of every 10 of these correct. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure y'all gonna let me know, right? All right, here we go. We got Georgia versus Florida. Really, really good game. We're playing in Florida. Also, you can talk about in-conference games. Home field advantage is everything. Home field advantage is such a big deal in these in-conference games. They're rivalry games. They're rivalry teams. The crowd is raucous. It's crazy. It's rambunctious, and to hear a bunch of people that's dogging you out and talking bad about you, to hear them get quiet because you come in and you shut them up, there's no greater feeling than that. So again, big time of the year for SW. We got Georgia versus Florida. We're gonna start off just like that. I'm gonna pick Florida at home. I'm gonna take Florida at home. I have too many teams, so I'm not gonna get into too many in-depth reasons why. I'm gonna pick Florida at home. Jackson State versus Harvard, which is, looking on the schedule at the beginning of the year, you wouldn't think this would be a good game, but it is. Harvard's playing good. Jackson State has got some quality wins. I'm going to take Jackson State on the road. I'm going to take Jackson State on the road. I think they've been playing that well. They have Diva Woodley, and he, again, it all comes down to being about a bucket, and he's about a bucket. Although it takes a lot of shots. I got Jackson State on the road on them. LSU and Texas A&M, baby. Gig them for that. South Carolina and Tennessee. How y'all feel about this Tennessee? I know we wrote them out. I know early in the year everybody was glazing on them heavy, and then finally the glaze dried up. So how we feeling about them now? Are we still South Carolina looks strong? Well, you know what? I'm going to pick Tennessee at home. Yes, I know. I'm going to pick Tennessee at home. Kentucky versus Missouri. You already know what time it is. You got to go with the Wildcats on the road. Mississippi State and Ole Miss. I got Mississippi State on the road. Alabama and Auburn, which is airing tonight at 8 p.m. I got Bama. SMU and Memphis. I think that's going to be a really, really, really good game. SMU has been up and down. Sometimes they look really, really good. Other times they look okay. They playing on the road against Memphis. I don't know. I think Memphis kind of starting. I got Memphis at home. I like Memphis because they're at home. If it was neutral or SMU's at home, I take SMU. But I got Memphis at home. San Diego State and Boise State. Give me San Diego State. UNLV in New Mexico. New Mexico to me is not looking that great. They're not looking like what their rankings suggesting. I think New Mexico's on a downward slope, and I think UNLV has struggled earlier in the season. I think they're kind of on the upward rise. So I have UNLV getting the dub on the road. Gonzaga versus Colorado State. I got Gonzaga with that. And then St. Mary's versus Nevada. It's a toss-up game, I guess. Let's go Nevada at home. Forget it. Let's go Nevada at home. So that's who I'm picking for today's slate of games. Don't forget that we have Alabama and Auburn tonight live on SimWorld TV at 8 o'clock. And then at 9:30, we have Gonzaga and Colorado State. A lot of games, a lot of action. Make sure you guys are tuned in, locked in. Hit the like button, hit the follow button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey, let's cuss and discuss in the chat how you feel. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I tell you, I'm 7 out of 10. So there's how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games. So I expect to win about 8 or 9 of them right. 9 out of 12. That's my goal. 9 out of 12 correct. I'm sure y'all going to call me out on it. If not, that's what makes it so fun. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.